you, I mean, obviously, we heard a beautiful commercial coming from you, a small teaser of your latest association.
I'm an animal person. I have grown up around dogs and my whole life in Delhi. And and even in Bombay, I've never been able to keep a pet of my own because I travel a lot and I'm moving around to many places. But all throughout my being here, the street dogs are always my friends, and one ends up feeding them, one ends up playing with them. I get my kids to play with them. So animals are a huge part of my life. Even, I mean, in terms of if I had to do a holiday, which is a holiday I had to do in my life, it will have to be a safari, which I keep going to. Been to Masai Mara twice, been to Tadoba, so take the kids around and make sure that they're around the natural environment of animals and stuff like that. So, Salil, Jason Fernandez, who's the maker of this film, and Bandana, who's the producer, they had this wonderful initiative here where they basically wanted to talk about, the strays on the streets and the amount they go through, the living beings. They're more often than not looked after very well. They're not taken care of, and some people see them as a menacing aspect towards them living around their homes and creating filth and stuff like that. Where the idea was to create awareness that these living beautiful creatures, whether they're dogs or cats, the strays are really wonderful, and you've got to find a way of welcoming them if you can possibly into your own homes, because they need a home as well. They're extremely loving, they're extremely affectionate, and you feel good personally if you have a companion in your life. Once again, I'm not a breed person. That's something I totally it's good to have breeds. There's nothing wrong with it. But, I also don't see the need for having breeds for the sake of just having a fashion statement. When I see people owning huskies in a city like Mumbai, I start feeling why. I mean, their fur is not meant for places like these, or a Saint Bernard or a Great Dane. Just these are beautiful breeds, but they're not meant for the conditions we live in. Then you're going to put them in air conditioning the whole day. You live in these small houses in Mumbai. So anyhow, I just really it called out to me when Salil called me up and said, listen, he's doing something which was a very unique kind of a documentary, which is not really your typical, talking about the strays that are in trouble and what they're going through. But he wanted to do an entertaining take on it. And he wanted to take, people who are on camera, people who've been acting over the years, and people who have adopted or are believers in the fact that strays are animals that should be looked after, to get them together, put them on camera, and then try creating this nice kind of show around it. So I was very happy when he approached me. Him and Vandana, they're putting down their own monies to make something like this, which I think is fantastic. So it's very nice. And then he told me that I'll be talking to a lot of women, especially who are part of the animal welfare centers around the city, who work endlessly towards the maintenance and the upkeep of all these strays. Whenever they're injured, they require medicines, sterilization, so many other things. They're always just there to look after them, and they do it, by trying to reach out and get funds and get money for themselves so that they can make this possible, because ultimately animal care is also expensive. So I had this lovely meeting with them, which they captured on camera. Great chat, so many insights I learned about, how people are treating these animals and how they can make such a big difference to the lives of people if they were to welcome them into their homes, and small things that we can do together, which will make an impact on them. We as humans have pretty much taken over the entire cities and the world, but these are living beings who are equally as important as us. So I think it's a fantastic initiative.
Talking about your career overall, Shashank is back in 4 more short season 2, right? We are looking forward to that. So would you like to talk about it? Did you start the shooting of the series? I saw one of the pictures that you have posted on your social handles. So would you like to talk about it?
Well, I can tell you that it's a lot of fun playing this role, and it was such a wonderful, overwhelming response to playing it. That yes, the new season has begun. The shooting is on in full flow, and really enjoying being back on set, back with the gang of girls, and back to playing lawyer. And it's just it's an amazing roller coaster ride, because There's so much to live up to, and there's so much new to kind of bring forward onto the table. And yeah, I mean, it's a fun character to play. When they initially told me that you have to be somebody who lies about having an open marriage and yet wanting to walk away from it, being charming or dignified, I had said that's going to be really hard. But I mean, I tried to bring true romance into it, saying that he's not a serial offender where he cheats on his wife, but it happened on this one occasion. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. The writing has been great this season. I think every season got up the ante. So we have Joyita, who's on board as a director this time, and the Nandi sisters once again are unleashing their magic. So yeah, Shashank is back. The lawyer is back in town. Whether he creates more of a ruckus or whether he's absolutely straight up this time is something that we wait and watch. But yes, back on set.
And Sameer, do you also believe that Four More Shots is not just about these four best friends, but also about all these good-looking men in this series who are like equally fashionable?
Yeah, I mean, see, in the essence, the show is about the trials and tribulations of these four girls who live in the urban setup of India, right? It is their show, but what makes their trials and tribulations is the people in their lives and how they come to the men. Yes, how they come to their lives. So, I mean, I look at it in a very fun way. You know, like there's so many shows that are centered around men, where the women probably are there for the fact that they look very nice. I think it's such a welcoming change that the women are the leads and they're there. It's their story, and the men are supposed to be there and just looking good and playing the part of the object of desire, or the having that person in your life who will take care of you. But it's I think the show is about the four women, but every character has their own journey, and all the characters in it have a very important part to play. So you have so many stories, and there are sub stories, and there are sub stories, and all culminates back to these four girls sitting behind the bar and saying, "Arey yaar, what do I do about my life now?" So I think everybody has an important part to play in the show. It's like the characters are nicely edged out. I mean, I personally, when I read the script, I had not seen the show in one, but I saw, but I was told that it's a great show to be a part of. And then when I saw the show, I said, "Hey man, this is progressive. This is nice, and it's just a fun part to play." So I was very happy. I'm personally very happy with what I'm doing on it, and it's good to have impactful parts. I don't look at the fact that it has to be about me. I mean, whatever I'm doing in the scene has to make the character hopefully come out and look correct. So I look at it like that.
What do you enjoy the most, like acting or anchoring? You both, I mean, we have seen you hosting IPL seasons. We have seen you doing wonderful acting. So which role of yours you enjoy the most?
Hey, I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I have both in my life. I can't choose. I mean, acting is always going to be one of the most enjoyable things to do, and anchoring is a skill set that I've really worked on over the years. Handling live television and things like that. I'm just very fortunate that I'm part of both the worlds, and I can say that I've been blessed with good television shows, live cricket, movies, now the OTT platform. So I'd rather have a mixed bag and not have to choose. I'm quite happy having best of both worlds.
Wonderful. That's lovely. Well, thank you so much, Sameer. It was a pleasure talking to you.